Have you created like measurable outcomes to to measure how well the partnership is going?
Yeah, so in each one of it's different, right? So eh, communication is probably the biggest one, and so as long as we're not hearing back from our partners that they're not being serviced or provided for, or internally we also have customer service, right? So I have to hold the
Mhm.
transportation team accountable to going and picking up a distribution or a donation at the time that they said they
Okay.
would. So
Right.
it's all back then based on that relationship. Sorry, can you repeat that question one more time? I think I got sidetracked.
Oh, no, no, it's just, have you created measurable outcomes?
Measurable outcomes. So it's difficult right now because post COVID, we are coming out of a time where the need for food and resources that we provide skyrocketed, right? And
Right.
it went
Right.
equal across the board. So where everyone pretty much needed our services because we're a hospitality driven town, right? So now
Yeah.
that some people are going back to work, and some people are not back to work, where they're underemployed, things like that. So we're still trying to find where everything landed. So
Mhm.
right now, the measurables is just trying to meet the need that exists currently while we're trying to then locate what the actual need is, right? So we
Mhm.
have to make sure it's not necessarily we need to put out 50 million pounds. We don't want to just go
Right.
after a
Right.
number, but we want to have an
Right.
impact. But it's hard to measure impact, right? So
Right.
food
Right.
banking in itself is difficult because it went from being totally pounds driven to where, people could get out of control by then distributing water, or, just things that are very heavy for the sake of numbers. But we want to make
Mhm.
sure we
Mhm.
don't get stuck in that. We want to make sure that there's access to food. That's mostly the measurable that we're looking at. Is there access to
Okay.
food to everyone in our
Uh-huh.
valley? And if there's a gap in a certain region where there's not access to food, we want to make sure that we're providing that for that neighborhood. So it's more about the access than it is the measurable,
Mhm.
number-driven goals.
Uh, okay, thank you. And how do you evaluate your partnership and how well it's going?
So we do site visits and we also do drop-in visits. So there's monitoring forms and things like that. We do kind of some drop-ins to just see how everyone is being treated at a distribution, and how the partners are caring for the food and caring for the people. So
Mhm.
they're unexpected drop-ins. And then we also have some scheduled drop-ins where we'll look and make sure that their food safety is being handled correctly, that they have the proper storage, that there's pest control,
Okay.
those kind of things. So it's more visual inspection.
Okay.